Hey, welcome back everybody. Here it's Kevin Smith with First Team Real Estate in Christie's. I wanted to bring you a kind of an update for our new kind of laws that have changed here in California. So those people that don't live in California, this will just be kind of informational, kind of educational for you out of state. But those of us that live and work here in California, there's been quite a few things that have changed for January 2018. So I just went to a great seminar, and I'm going to refer to a few of my notes, but it was really interesting on some of the new laws that have come down. So those of you out there that actually are landlords or real estate agents that need to know some of these things too, when it comes to rentals or having an apartment complex, there's a couple new disclosures that have been added here in California. One of them is the Bedbug Disclosure. So this has to go out to everybody. So if you have tenants that have lived there for a long period of time, or you have brand new tenants, this is a disclosure that's been added to the California Association of Realtors that has to be disclosed to everybody. So bed bugs, you just have to exterminate them, clean them. If you know of any infestations that you've had in the past, then you have to let them know. So the new tenants will absolutely know what's going on for the house. The other one that you have to let people know about is, are they in a flood zone? But this one's only due to if the unit happens to be in a flood zone from the new tenants on. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to let the old tenants know, which is kind of strange, but if they've lived there for a while, they don't necessarily need to know that they've been in a flood zone. But now going forward, you do have to. The other one is, here in California, we have a new marijuana law that allows people that have marijuana, they can use it as long as they're over 21. So for California, if they're a renter, you can have kind of restrictions on smoking and not doing drugs or marijuana or any kind of a prescription, but you have to be 21 years of age to do it. You're only allowed 6 plants per person, so if you have more than one adult in your unit, they're allowed 6 plants each. So that's kind of a new one. That's something that you guys can read up along a lot more about. But that one's kind of interesting too. And then you probably heard in the news having a dog or some type of a comfort animal. So you may not allow pets. So if you're the landlord, you say no pets. Then the new tenant could come in and say, well, this one is a comfort animal. But the law is saying that it has to be a reasonable, animal. So if it's a pit bull and your city doesn't allow pit bulls or any of the other dogs that happen to show up on a list because they're kind of aggressive dog, that's one thing. But if somebody were to say, well, I need my potbelly pig or a peacock or a gorilla, that's not reasonable. So that's something that you're going to have to know a little bit about, but it's kind of interesting. So I thought you'd like to know a little bit more about that. When it comes to swimming pools, in the past, before 1996, if the house was built before 96, the pool was built before 1996, you had to have only one type of an alarm or gate that has a spring on it, so it locks, to prevent people from possibly children falling in your pool. If the pool is being renovated or is built after 1996, in California, you now need 2 out of about 6 different kinds of security systems. So you either have to have some kind of a fence or a cover, a latch, an alarm on the patio doors, so every time the door opens, the alarm goes off. And the inspectors here in California are now required to have to inspect all pools. So before, that was something that we paid for. If you wanted to have them check out a pool, it was an additional charge on the home inspection, but that's something that the inspector has to look at now. So read up on those. That's also something that I thought was very interesting. And one more thing you need to be familiar with here in California is, if you have an employee, if you have a team of people, or we have people that are working for us, we used to be able to take the application and ask them, how much did you make before, and some of their history on what they did. Well, now you cannot ask them what they made before, and you have to be able to make sure that you have to tell them how much they're going to make. So it can't just be kind of left open. And then one last thing is you can do a background check on them, but it's after you've given them the job offer. So you can do a background check. So a lot of new things that have come down come down from Sacramento. So here in California, make sure you're updating yourself on the new rules so you don't get yourselves in trouble. Fill out those disclosures and keep yourself safe. So hope you've enjoyed being here, and make sure you give me a call, a message, comment me if you'd like to, and hit that subscribe button. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week and take care. Bye-bye.